I smell scams.
Grab your popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. I got a doozy for you tonight. This week, I had my sights set on this motherfucker right here, Lord Rush. I do want to start out by saying this. I came to a different conclusion than I usually do. And I think that you guys are going to find this episode somewhat interesting. That was cringe. I apologize. But, anyways, this dude, Lord Rush, pretty prominent on TikTok, Instagram, obviously here on YouTube. He is at 978 subscribers. Hey, I think I know somebody who just passed 1,000 subscribers. Oh yeah, it was fucking me. Oh my god, guys, I can't even tell you. Before I start anything, I just want to preface by saying I can't believe it. We made it past 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. We are 1/5 of the way to my first special opening, but it doesn't even matter. I'll talk about that more later. Right now, I just want to focus on you guys. I cannot believe 1,000 of you guys saw my content and liked it enough to hit the sub button. Words can't describe, man. This really just means the absolute world to me. I love making this content, so I love that you guys enjoy it. I really can't appreciate you first 1,000 enough, so thank you so much for hitting that sub button, and I'm super excited for what's to come. Anyways, back to Lord Rush. So I was scrolling on TikTok Live, and I came up to one of his lives, and it was pretty good. There was nothing that stood out initially, but then he started promoting his drip stream, and I just kind of assume all drip streamers are scumbags. So I went to his page and immediately I saw something that stood out to me. I'll throw it up there for you guys to see, but basically I saw what looked like packs that were being sold for double the price that they would usually be found at. And I know most people just wouldn't buy them at that price, but there's definitely some people who are willing to pay extra for people that they really enjoy. And this guy seems super charismatic, so my initial thought is he's just taking advantage of his audience. So in true Dusty fashion, I left a somewhat nasty comment on one of his TikToks, basically calling him out for selling his pack over double of what they usually go for. I went back to check on it like an hour later, and it was like blood in the water, dude. I was like a shark, and I had the taste in there because I saw my comment had been deleted and I was blocked. The hunt was on at that point. Immediately, I found his Instagram and I shot him the message I'm going to show you. In fact, I'm going to show you guys our entire message interaction. I think I was pretty cordial. I basically just told him it was trying to get me more information out of it. I obviously was looking for a response, so I'm glad that I got one. And he was super refined, honestly. Like, obviously he stood up for himself, but the biggest thing was that he described how his systems work. Basically, from what he described, is that you would buy those packs for that much. If you opened it and you got a hit, you would keep that hit. If you didn't get a hit, he would give you a hit from a pile of cards. I watched the live stream and it looked like there was actually some pretty good value from the hits that he was giving out. So I couldn't really bash him on that because it really did look like he was putting in more value than he was taking out. Obviously, I know that's kind of hard to say with someone who owns a business. Obviously, he was making money, but I think as far as value goes, he was doing net good for the hobby more than net bad. I'm not saying I approve of his tactics. In fact, there's another stream that I'm going to talk about here in a moment, which I think seems very predatory. I'm not saying that he's predatory using it, but I can see how it would be. But that initial pack thing that I had an issue with, I would clear off the board because I think that was pretty much covered. He had an alibi and it checked out. So I just didn't really have much to go off of with that lead. So I started investigating his other streams. And I'll show you the beginning of one of them that I found that I think it just needs some attention. But before I go, I'll put up our entire interaction. He did end up calling me out. Best thing to do is just pause the video and look at these. Honestly, for how he called me out, I don't think it was that bad. He did suggest that I do more research, and I will agree with that. And this is something I probably won't do very often, but I am formally apologizing for biting your head off without looking at everything that you do. I've come to the conclusion where I don't think Lord Rush is a bad guy, and I don't think that he's a scammer. And I'm not calling him out as a scammer, but I'm just bringing attention to some of the things that he does. And it's not just him. I think that he is probably, of all the people I've seen using drip, one of the best. I think he is overall net good for the hobby, as I said. So I'm not calling him out in any way. I just want to show you guys and bring some awareness to some of the things that he does you might see other people do and what to look out for, basically. Anyways, here's the vid.
That are new to my box breaks, let me explain how this works. So every single pack starts off at $125, okay? And that's no reserve. So whatever each pack sells for, it sells for. There's 36 packs in a box. The top 3 highest bidders tonight. So you got to have the highest bid. The top 3 highest bidders are going to go on a prize wheel, and every single person that's on that prize wheel is going to win one of these prizes. Okay, so if you're the top 3 bidders, you walk away with something. All right, and that something could be the CGC7 Gyarados Secret Rare from EX Holland Phantoms. It could be the PSA 9 Charizard Clear Animation Clear card and Boss card, the see-through. Getting a 9 in this card is extremely tough because these are so hard to grade. Or it could be the first edition Team Rocket pack. So if we sell out, and the top 3 highest bidders will go onto a wheel, we'll give away all 3 of these prizes. So one person will win one thing, one person will win another thing, and the third person will win one thing. So all 3 people will win at least one item out of here. Does everybody understand how that works? And you have to have the highest bid. Does everybody understand how that works? I want to make sure I'm very transparent and clear. This is only unlocked if we sell out the whole box. If we sell out the whole box. Everybody understands? I've never seen that Zard before. That's
So yeah, as you can see, he's selling Pokemon the movie 2000 packs for $125 minimum. Those packs usually go for about $80 to $90 on eBay, so it's not a bad price considering the prizes that he has up there. Pretty good prices. But maybe there's a mechanic here that I'm missing, because he says that only the top 3 bidders on the packs, so I'm guessing the minimum is 125 and you can bid higher to get the prizes, and the ones who bid the highest get the top 3 prizes. That makes sense, and I can see how it's somewhat fair, but there's some things I want to notice about that that I want to call out about that strategy that I think are pretty predatory. The first thing is that if someone bids high, let's say you bid 160 on your pack, and it goes the entire stream without anybody picking up anything higher, you think you're going to win that prize. And then let's say the last person buys the last 3 packs at 161. Boom, you're out a pack. And I'm pretty sure there was somebody at the end of his stream, I'll go back and watch, that bought the last 3 packs over the cost of everybody else and stole all of their prizes. I think that's kind of shitty, honestly. So yeah, you could just overpay $100 for a pack and then not basically get anything out of it. And another thing is, it really reminds me of shill bidding. For anybody who's not familiar with what shill bidding is, it's where auctioneers will be in cahoots with a third party to overbid on their products, basically to hype them up. Basically, it raises the value of their product and entices other people to bid. It's just an overall net gain for the person. It's an unfair advantage and an unfair way of auctioning. I'm not saying that he's doing that or that's how he could be doing it, but what I am saying is that he could be in cahoots with somebody to go and buy the last 3 packs at a higher price. Then he can take that money back and keep the prizes, and basically everybody else who bid before that overpaid for packs. Now, I have no evidence that he's doing that, and I'm not saying that he is doing that, but I'm saying it can be done. And for that reason, I think that this sort of auctioning is very predatory, and that's definitely something to look out from other people. Lord Rush, I just want to emphasize again, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I think it is worth calling out and worth mentioning that that is a possibility. If it's not, and there is another mechanic at play that doesn't allow people to do that, please comment it. Please add that in there, because honestly, I need to know. I'm not, a drip guru. I don't know how everything works. I assume it's somewhat like Whatnot, where you can just have random people in your stream, and maybe have a plan before the stream happens. I think that it is a possibility, and something like that could happen. But like I said, if it's not, please correct me. But lastly, I do want to shout out another personal message to Rush. Man, listen, like I said, I apologize for biting your head off right away. Obviously, I should have done more research to begin with, but I hope you can see from my standpoint where I'm coming from that I'm not doing this to be an asshole, right? I really love this hobby. This hobby is very important to me, and it's something that means a lot to me. And so when I suspect people of scammy behavior, which, let's be honest, most drip streamers do take part in, I immediately go to call those people out and to be a voice of net good in the hobby. I've been scammed before, and it fucking pisses me off. So I hope at the very bare minimum you can see where I'm coming from that standpoint. Obviously that's not you. or at least from what I've seen, that's not you. And I hope that we can just bury the hatchet from here, man. Like I said, you seem like a good guy, and I hope you can see where I'm coming from. And you know, maybe we could be friends one day, dude. I don't know. I feel like you're a little bit mad at me, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care if someone's mad at me. It's not a big deal to me. I'm fine with confrontation, but you know, I don't want us to be mad at each other for no reason. So hopefully we can find some middle ground here and move forward. I'm always trying to make friends. I'm not trying to make enemies. Build bridges, not walls. But at the same time, I'm gonna call out scammers. But I don't think that's you, so I'd like to move on from here. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this vid. I hope it was a little bit of drama to just, you know, satiate that need for tea. I might have tried a little bit too hard to poke the bear here, but I think it's fine. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next vid. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for 1,000 subs. I wouldn't be here without you guys. And I'm excited for 5,000. I'll just leave it at that. We'll talk more about it later, but yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace out.